It's week 13 in the NFL. We are talking with Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com. I'm Peter Loshak. This is SBR Videos. And the first game we're going to cover with Joe right now is Atlanta Tampa Bay. Joe Duffy, Tampa Bay is a 1.5 or 2-point home favorite. The total is 46. And the Falcons got beat by Minnesota. That's happening to everyone this year, so that's not terribly embarrassing. But they are still now they've lost 7 in a row against the spread. They've also been going under in all of those games. They're 0-6-1, 0-6-1 over-under in those 7 games. So obviously that tells you that Atlanta's offense has stalled out. Matt Ryan is not at all getting it done. Is anything going to change here? I'm not exactly sure. Tampa Bay has a lot to recommend them. Jameis Winston and Doug Martin having good years. I'm still filling this game out. Haven't made a bet or a pick any which way. What do you think, Joe?
Well, Peter, this is one of those games that kind of exemplifies one of the things that I kind of repeat over and over. As a general rule of thumb, college sports, both basketball and football, are more about momentum. Professional sports, both basketball and football, are usually more about regression to the mean, and therefore a lot of the angles will be counterintuitive. Now, you have kind of a rare case here where both of these teams are better as far as their straight-up record is on the road than they are at home. And then you have a road underdog. So, of course, at first glance, you might say, okay, well, then you go with the road team, right? Well, nope, the computer system says wrong. When you have a game in which both teams have better straight-up records on the road than they do at home, but you have a home favorite, the home team is actually 130 and 109 against the spread. And that's a pretty solid 54.2% winners, but again, very consistent with what most angles are in the NFL, and that is they're somewhat counterintuitive. The one hope that the Falcons have for them, or I guess technically 2 hopes, Devontae Freeman, as of right now, looks like he's probably going to return. He's one of the top running backs in the league, and potentially much bigger news for both, I think, a psychological standpoint and pure manpower. Devin Hester could be playing his first game of the year. He hasn't played all year. Of course, he's a return man extraordinaire, and they used him a little bit more in the offense last year as a wide receiver. But, and he would be a huge lift. I would expect them to use him in that role. Just get him the ball any way they can if he's even semi-healthy. But still, all in all, I got to go with Tampa. Atlanta is really struggling. It's a confidence issue, and I do think Tampa's the play. But if both of those guys play, the line's going to go down. So I would say if you like Atlanta, you might want to grab them now. If you like Tampa, probably later in the week, because both of those guys play for Atlanta, which I think there's a decent possibility they could close it at pick 'em.
Yeah, Atlanta has been talking about how they're going to come back and bounce back, and they've had, enough is enough. They're going to give a strong game this week, but, will they be able to do it? That's the question. Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com says no. Tampa Bay is still 5-2 against the spread over their last 7, and of course, Atlanta lost 7 in a row ATS. Right now, the line is minus 1.5 or 2 market wide. So Joe Duffy recommending a play on Tampa Bay minus 1.5. Joe Duffy, your insights are always very valuable. Tell us what you do at OffshoreInsiders.com.
Well, for once, short term, it hasn't been that great. It wasn't a great weekend to be thankful for, Thanksgiving weekend, but still a tremendous year, and more importantly than that, a tremendous career. I already have 2 wise guy plays up for college football this weekend, and so I'm going to look at the NFL card shortly, but I already ran some systems. I know it's going to be a big weekend in the NFL, probably a couple wise guy plays. Visit OffshoreInsiders.com for all the details.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you, Peter.